Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Lost like a road that you travel on, when it's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind.
There's a world outside every dark and dark, where the blues don't haunt you anymore, where the brave are free and love is soar. Come ride with me to the distant shore.
We won't hesitate to break down the garden gate. There's not much time left today. Life is a highway. I won't ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I won't drive it all night long. Through all these cities and all these towns, it's in my blood and it's all around. I loved you now like I loved you then.
This is the road and these are the hands.
From Mozambique to those Memphis nights, to the Cobblers past to Vancouver's lights.
Knock me down, back up again.
You're in my blood, I'm not a lonely man. There's no road I can hold, the road's so rough, this I know. I'll be there when the light comes in, tell them we're survivors. Life is a highway, I won't ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I won't drive it all night long. There was a distance between you and I, a misunderstanding once, but now we look it in the eye. There's no road I can hold, the road's so rough, this I know. I'll be there when the light comes in, tell them we're survivors. Life is a highway, I won't ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah, life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah.
And good morning and welcome to Superintendent Spotlight, broadcasting live from the Westfield Boys and Girls Club. So we've taken a little hiatus from WTA in Studio 120, and we're taking the show on the road this morning, right, Pete? And we're here with, again, at the club. And I was just saying a couple of minutes ago, Susan, as you're in for Stefan today, Susan Dargy, of course, our number one guest co-host when one of us is out, and Director of Curriculum Instruction, of course, for Westfield Public Schools. You have to throw that in. I was just saying to Kelly Brown, and we'll get to we'll have Kelly and and Sharice. We'll introduce them formally in a second. Just really, the studio looks fantastic here. It really, really does.
Kids are loving it. It's really come a long way. Sean's done a great job doing a lot of broadcasting from in here, so great things are happening.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that further. Susan, why don't we open up the show today with
Talk about why it's a special day.
it is a special day. And then I'll have you introduce our guests, and we'll get rolling.
All right. Well, today, in addition to being a special day because we are at the Boys and Girls Club talking to two of our favorite people at the club,
All right.
we are also celebrating May 16th as Classic Movie Day.
Ooh.
Now, I have a quick question before we dive down that road. When Classic Movie Day, now it's the year 2024, so if a movie came out when we were kids in the 1980s, does that count as classic movies, or are we talking about the 30s, the 40s, the 50s here?
That is a very good question. And in studying the lesson plan provided to me by Superintendent Zaborowski, I did learn that classic movies do not need to meet sort of the antique
Gotcha.
definition of being a certain age.
Right. So it's not like when a car gets it's a classic car. It has an antique license plate. It has to hit a certain, but not in this case.
No, there are actually certain characteristics which we may talk about later, and we have a quiz to see who knows the most about classic movies. But first, we need to introduce our guests and partners. Kelly Brown, the COO of the Boys and Girls Club, and we define all acronyms on the radio show. So that is Chief Operating Officer.
Yes.
You got it.
And with Kelly today, we have Charisse.
Yes. Hi. Good morning, everyone. My name is Charisse Bullocky, and
Yes.
I am the licensed child care director here at the Boys and Girls Club.
Excellent. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you. And I just have one quick question, too. When you said growing up in the 80s, did you mean our kids that we have that grew up in the 80s? Or did you mean us
I know.
personally?
No, sorry, Kelly. I was
scary.
referring to those of us that were born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s. And Charisse had made a comment before we got on the air that for music and movies, that was like, and again, maybe I'm showing my age and my bias here, but that was a classic time. Now that we're using the term classic for both music and movies, it's funny now that I'm just about to turn 50, right? I have less and less of an interest in either one of those
There
things.
you go. All right. So we are on the same page.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening at the club. What's going on? It's unbelievable that it's the middle of May, by the way.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
and of course you guys have our kids here all year, legitimately all year round.
Yes.
So what's happening right now at the club? What do we want our listeners, our parents, our guardians to know out there about what's going on now at the club, and what can we look forward to in the summertime?
So I'll talk a little bit about current, and Charisse can talk about what's ahead. Very, very happy to say that this year we fully opened up back for our general members, which is something we haven't been able to do since COVID. It's been trickling in, but this year they're back. We have had an outstanding year. You're sitting in one of the areas that brought a lot of those middle and high schoolers down to us. I know the viewers can't see, but adjacent to this is our esports room, which is a gaming room, and it allows our kids to game with kids all around the world.
Right.
So we received a package. Luis Vasquez, our team coordinator, actually our director, went down to a conference and won all of the equipment that you see in the other room. So
Wow.
there's over $30,000 worth of equipment in there. The kids are loving it. It's just one more thing that brought them back into the building. But I think that's been our biggest accomplishment this year, is bringing the general members, middle school and high schoolers, back down to the club.
Awesome.
And you have some partnerships in the works or happening with the Westfield Public Schools students with both esports and the studio.
Yep, so the
that
middle
correct?
school was utilizing the studio at the beginning of the school year during that curriculum time. It went really well. fortunately. The unfortunate part was that we just didn't have enough seats for all the kids that were interested in the program.
Right, I
so
bet,
it was a
I
good
bet.
problem to have. But yeah, that was a great collaboration. We also have had some of the Westfield Public School come down and utilize the esports and the media lab on off days too. So it's been a really great collaboration with the school department, as always.
Thank you.
As
Yeah,
always.
we love
You're
working
awesome.
with the club.
Yeah.
And I feel like, gosh, and I know I really why am I talking about my age all day today? But I mean, I mean I remember as a first year teacher back in 1996 when I was teaching right next door at the middle school. I mean I remember using the pool at the club to actually try to teach my kids how to in 7th and 8th grade how to swim. Which by the way. There's a reason we wait till high school to do that. I'll just throw that in there. I learned the hard way, but we've been collaborating. I mean, I feel like we've been collaborating together for
Long time.
decades, right?
Yep.
Decades.
Long time. We've had a lot of community support from the Westfield Public Schools, from current and past mayors who have really taken the stance with us as far as, making sure that we have that great relationship with the school department, and just has opened up so many opportunities on both sides for the kids that we both service every day.
Well, and absolutely. And over the years, we've had the, like before and after school programming.
Yep.
We've had summer school programming here.
Yep.
We've had tutoring here. We've had
The music program.
music program here. I mean, we could just keep.
You taught our kids.
Yeah, we could just keep going.
We don't want
right?
to talk about that 2020 period, but we really worked together on that
was when
one.
we really got close,
Yes,
like the real
yes,
world.
yep.
MTV.
Yeah. Snooky, you go.
I was actually not that we want to dwell on that subject. I was actually typing up something this morning, and that came up. The pandemic 2020, and I highlighted it, hit delete, and said thank
Thank
goodness.
God you did that, right? Yep. I'm all about that.
Right. So
So can I tell you something
Yeah.
about classic movies?
sure, I'd
Okay.
love to hear more about
Just to
classic
set the
movies. Set the
stage,
stage
for,
for the-
our quiz that's coming later. So classic movies are defined as any movie that is memorable or makes an impact on society. A true classic movie impacts pop culture and remains a part of our lives. So it's one that has withstood or will withstand
the test of
the
time.
test of time.
Wow.
So right off the top of my head, that's I'm thinking Star Wars, I'm thinking Jaws, right?
So those are some of the more
Right.
recent movies, classics.
Ten Commandments,
I
Gone
mean,
with
not
the Wind.
really recent,
Right.
but
Yeah.
the newer. But 1939 was actually a banner year for movies.
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the
Gone
Wind,
with
yeah.
the Wind. My favorite movie of all time, Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
That was
oh,
30
yeah.
that
there
was
you go.
39?
1939.
Wow.
Wow.
So those are two of the classics that came out in 1939. Yeah.
Do I get a prize?
Well, that's what but Sharice, that's what the quiz is for.
Yeah.
Whoever
Oh.
wins the quiz gets the prize.
Right, which this time, I believe you said that last time when I did not have a prize, when we were not doing a quiz. And so this time, Stefan not only equipped us with the lesson plan, but the prize as well. So there will be a
Oh,
prize
okay.
today.
All
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
So why don't we it's a good place to pause right here. We'll take our first break. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about the studio. Sharice will give you a chance to talk about what's going on, not just now, but maybe what's coming up soon
Yes.
for the club.
Yes.
And then we'll dive into a little bit more with classic movies. The only regret I have this morning is that I have no regrets the show is here. The only regret I have with the show being here is that we don't have food, perhaps, from the kitchen. So I'm sorry, ladies, we can't feed you this morning. All right? So, Pete, take it away, brother.
You're a rich girl and you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch girl, but it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. Say money, money won't get you too far, get you too far. And don't you know
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
And we're back with Superintendent Spotlight, again, broadcasting live from the beautiful studio here at the Boys and Girls Club. And as we returned, we were hitting on some classic movie knowledge, which, what was the song we just heard too, by the way, Mrs. Starch?
That was Rich Girl, Daryl Hall and John Oates. And that was number 23 in the year that we're looking for here.
Oh, so
Number
it's early.
23. Okay, so
I have a year.
okay.
Well, you got to hold it now. Don't hold it, because there's 3 more songs coming up.
I had to remember.
It'll help you refine your
Yes.
Okay.
guess.
Right.
Okay. Sounds
Right.
good. All right.
Okay, but there is not a prize for the music trivia.
Right. No prize for music trivia.
Only for the
quiz.
movie trivia.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, it's still nice to get it right.
It is. Intrinsic rewards are
Absolutely.
important as well.
Oh, okay.
So, Charisse, what is happening this summer at the club?
I'm very excited to say that our summer programming is coming back for the 2024 year. We are keeping it the same that we've had. So for age-appropriate activities, all the children will be grouped by their current grades. So we have a kindergarten class, a first, second, third, and fourth. Our program does go school age 5, so they have had to have been in kindergarten this year, and up to the age of 12. We have a lot of fun activities for the kids. They get to utilize every area of the building, led by their amazing staff. And we started planning our summer program back in January. So we have a lot of fun things happening. We've just confirmed some of the field trips, such as Sunny's Place, Pins. We have the Majestic Theater. We're going to watch Curious George this summer.
Nice.
I'm excited about that.
That's a classic.
And we also have the Children's Museum next door. We have a great collaboration with them. The Holyoke Children's Museum as well. Lots of fun things. So we are accepting registration packets. They are found online on our website. When they go to the programs drop down, they just want to go right to Kids Club and everything's there. And they can also call me, and I can help them with that too. We have some packets here as well in the club. So we welcome everyone to come and just reach out to me.
And when does that program begin and when does it end?
The program starts Thursday, June 20th. We have a couple of days of professional development, and then Juneteenth we're completely shut down. We reopen Thursday and Friday, and then it ends. The last day is Friday, August 23rd.
Wow, so this is something
Yes.
that can benefit the children who are fortunate enough to be in this program
Yes.
all summer long.
Yes. So
And
it's
that's
just-
got to be incredibly beneficial, not only for the children, but for their parents.
Absolutely.
To know that their kids are going to be in such a great environment for the entire summer.
Yes, ma'am.
So how many years has it been that you have not run this program?
We've been running it since 2004.
Oh, well,
Awesome.
okay.
So even during the
You did
that
during,
thing.
during that thing.
Right.
You did.
We did.
Still
We
do
did. We
it.
still do
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yes.
I thought you said you were bringing it back, something.
Oh
new.
no.
But
Oh.
that was the team. That
No,
was.
she
the-
did say that.
I did
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that.
she did.
Oh, thank you, Kat.
Bringing it
let
back.
me,
is
let
all
me
new.
clarify. So let me clarify and explain why I said it that way. So our summer program, we've always called it Kidscape. But our licensing through the building is year-round. So during the school year, it's our Kids Club program, and it got a little confusing, so we decided to keep it Kids Club year-round. So when you look for material regarding our summer program, it's no longer going to say Kidscape, it's going to say Kids Club. So I just wanted, and I had some parents call and they said, are you having it this summer? Because they were looking for that. So I should have probably have explained that a little bit better. I apologize. But no, we're here, going strong.
Excellent.
And then you were mentioning during the break something else.
Yes.
Regarding preschool.
I just wanted to thank, our listeners whose children do come to the Boys and Girls Club. We've had another successful year in our before and after school Kids Club program, our license program. Our preschool is thriving as well. We just had our family engagement of preschool brownies with our besties right before Mother's Day. We have a huge waiting list. So I just want to thank everybody for that and for your continued support. And, we're taking registrations for next school year also. If you are not planning on coming this summer, we are taking registrations for next school year. So call me. It's also on our website. And that's probably what I wanted to share as far as our licensing program. Anything else that's up and coming, I'll leave that to Kelly Brown, our Chief Operating Officer, to share when the time's right.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So preschool is also all through the summer?
Yes.
Yes. Nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice. And we're lucky enough to get those students when they come to kindergarten after having that experience. And I've also been fortunate enough to be in your preschool classrooms, and not only are they absolutely gorgeous and fully equipped with everything you would want, they're just such happy places.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our staff
great.
are
Nice
amazing.
to be there.
Our staff are amazing. It's all because of them.
Excellent. Excellent. And speaking of beautiful places, we've mentioned a couple times already that the studio really does look nice. What happened? You mentioned a couple people by name, Kelly, and what happens in here on a regular basis other than us taking it over on a Thursday morning?
Happily to have you take it over on Thursday morning. So there's actually three components to this area. So the farthest room to our right is our music studio, where kids can just go in and pick up an instrument and do what they want to do after school. We've had everything from piano music to trumpets to bagpipes. One of our kids actually brought in bagpipes during March because they were getting ready for St. Patrick's Day. And then, as we talked about, the esports, and then in the studio itself. Sean has given kids opportunities that they might not have outside of these walls, in the sense of, we have a great example. We had two kids who were yo-yo kings. I mean, these kids had a talent that I just were in amazement. And so Sean said, hey, if we YouTube you and we get you out there, you're going to get some followers, and this is how the process works. So, you work with the families, you get the permission, the kids start coming into the studio to do their YouTube yo-yoing, and before you know it, they have, 10 followers, and they're just so ecstatic about it. But opportunities like that, taking the remote equipment over to our drama production, having the kids behind the scenes, wasn't just the actors. It was the kids that were in the studio doing the lights. It was the kids running the mics. Just the opportunities that have opened up for kids who may not know they like it, right? So I never knew I wanted to be behind the scenes and doing lights and mics and stuff like that. But because it's here and because the opportunity arose, I gave it a try. And you know what? It was pretty cool, and I really enjoyed it. So those are a few things that have been happening. And one of the nicest things is having the recording equipment.
Sure.
So that the other staff members that are doing the dance program, that are doing the drama program, can actually videotape their performances, discuss it with the kids, critique it with the kids. So it's been a great program.
Well, and you mentioned Sean, but people, our listeners may not know who Sean is and what he does.
So Sean is Sean Elevarta. He is our tech guy, for lack of a better word. Is that right, Pete? Is that what you would refer to him as? Yeah. He's come in, worked right alongside Pete, because as you all know or may not know, it was Pete Coles that actually set up the studio for us and got it all running and got us to where we are. And then we were able, with grant funding, to hire Sean.
Awesome.
Grant funding ran out, and Bo said, no way, you're doing a great job. So we kept him on staff. So he works after school hours for us, night programming with the kids.
That's great.
But he is our remote guy. So our Youth of the Year dinner at Toccoa, he brought the remote equipment over there and was able to do it live for us. And yeah.
And who won the Youth of the Year this year?
So our 2024 Youth of the Year is Emily Frangi. She is a senior at Westfield High School.
Awesome.
And her, she's going to, I always get it wrong, Quinnipiac.
Quinnipiac, yes.
And she will be studying oncology research.
Wow.
She's
Yeah,
an
we missed you at
amazing
the
youth.
dinner.
Yeah.
Yes, I
That
was at
is
a baseball
great,
game.
right?
Yeah.
I know. I remember. That
Yeah.
is
Yep.
a great event.
Yeah, she did really well. And Olivia Janakis, who also not ran alongside, but was the other candidate for Youth of the Year, is going to do great things with either the medical field or theater. Olivia is a very talented young lady.
Well, congratulations to all the nominees and the winner. And
thank you.
And again, just amazing work going on here at the club every day. With that said, we're going to take our second break, hit our second song, and we'll come back and do the quiz.
Okay.
We'll come back and do the classic movie quiz.
Okay.
Take her away, Pete.
Later on Monday and my heart stood still. The do run, 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 the do run, run. Somebody told me that her name was Jill. The do run, 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 the do run, run. Yeah, my heart stood still. Yes, her name was Jill. And when I walked her home, the do run, 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 the do run, run. Knew what she was thinking when she caught my eye. The do run, 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 the do run, run. She looks so quiet, but my oh my. The do run, 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 the do run, run. Yeah, she caught my eye. Yeah, my oh my. And when I walked her home, the do run, 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 the do run, run. Well, I picked her up at 7 and she looked so fine. The do run, 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 the do run, run. Someday soon I'm gonna make her mine. The do run, 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 the do run, run. Yeah, she looks so fine. Yeah, I'm gonna make her mine. And when I walked her home, the do run, 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 the do run, run. Do run, 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 do run, run, 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 do run, 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 do run, run. Do run, 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 do run, run. Do run, 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 do run, run. Do run, run, run.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies, rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
I did it.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield. And we're back. Superintendent Spotlight, again, broadcasting live from the Boys and Girls Club today. And great show so far. But Susan you started us off today with today's Classic Movie Day. And you gave us some traits about some classic movies. Any more traits or data about classic movies? And then we're going to get into our quiz.
Sure, but could we first talk about a classic song called "Da Do Run Run"?
I guess so. I had no idea who. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've heard the song before. I had no idea who Sean Cassidy.
Yeah,
is,
Sharice
right?
and I were comparing notes on our posters of Sean Cassidy that we had, and I learned.
Well, all three of them were like. I'm just sitting here like, wow, maybe not a clue.
So that was Sean Cassidy, and that year that we're talking about, Da Do Ron Ron was number 45.
Oh.
And I'm glad it didn't get any higher than that.
I certainly did. I think we would find that it did. All right, so you want some more facts before we go into the movie?
What else about some classic movies?
Okay, well, the Golden Age, we mentioned this a little bit. The Golden Age in film was considered to be 1927 to 1959.
Okay.
And that was the time when Hollywood was really producing iconic films, and there were a lot of advancements in picture quality and sound. And film historians say that 1939 is the year that is the most memorable, and we already mentioned Wizard of Oz.
And Gone with the Wind,
Which
right?
I love to tell my kids how I had to find out exactly what day Wizard of Oz was going to air, and then I had to watch it right then. Mind-blowing for our kids that can just
versus just calling it right
the
up,
movie
right
every
on
single
demand,
day, any day you want to watch it.
Yep.
So we also had that year Of Mice and Men,
Oh,
I remember the book,
yes.
The Little Princess. I don't know that one.
The Little Princess.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Yes.
Oh, yep. Yep.
And Wuthering Heights.
Yes.
Emily Bronte's classic novel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brought to life.
So, Chris, you mentioned a couple others when we asked the question, can a contemporary movie be considered a classic?
Mm-hmm.
And yes, movies of modern times have become classics. You mentioned two, Jaws
And
the
Star
Star
Wars,
Wars
definitely.
saga. Also mentioned here are the Star Trek saga and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That is a classic.
That would probably be my
classic.
favorite.
Yes, yes.
Chevy Chase.
And then Avatar and John Wick were also mentioned, which are much more recent.
Yeah.
What about the Twilight series?
Oh, that's not
no, it's
mentioned
not.
on here.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know
not
what's
sure
missing
that's,
that is classic for me while we're talking about Sean Cassidy? I graduated from Sean Cassidy and started going to the Rocky Horror Picture Show at the, was it the Hadley Mall or the one of the malls? Did you see Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I did not see it.
Pete,
No.
what
I saw
about you?
I saw them, but not there.
Back in the day. I mean, that was a big deal. You dressed up as the characters. When they made the toast, people threw toast. It was like a big
Susan, you mentioned Avatar.
Yeah.
Pete, do you think Avatar is a classic film, classic movie? Yeah, well, even like, I mean,
maybe
I
a
don't see-
classic.
Yeah.
It can be classic in your heart.
Right.
Like, I know people who can quote every line of the movie Pretty Woman.
Oh,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And when life events happen, there's a quote that they pull out ready for that event. And so to them, Pretty Woman is a classic.
Sure.
All right, so are we ready for the quiz?
Let's
Who's
do it.
keeping track? Wow, Chris, you've already got a grid
Always.
there.
The grid
Okay.
is ready.
Which film won the Oscar for Best Picture in 1972? You have choices.
Oh, good.
Was it Deliverance, Cabaret, Taxi Driver, or The Godfather? Charisse, we'll start with you.
1972.
Deliverance, Cabaret, Taxi Driver, Godfather.
I feel like Godfather was later. I'm going to go out of the limb here. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Taxi Driver.
Okay. Chris?
Yeah, I'm saying Taxi Driver too.
I am
Emily?
too.
And
Pete?
Pete. The answer is The Godfather.
Oh!
Pete's on the board.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was later.
Okay, next question. Who is the youngest person ever to win an Oscar? Tom Hanks, Jennifer Lawrence, Haley Joel Osment, Tatum O'Neal. Pete, we're going to start with you.
I think it's Tatum O'Neal.
Okay, Tatum O'Neal. Kelly?
Tatum O'Neal, Paper Moon.
Yep.
Ooh.
I'm just I'm just following along here
Yeah,
because I want to
you're
get on the
lucky.
scoreboard.
You're
Tatum
lucky.
O'Neal.
Okay.
Tatum O'Neal.
Clean sweep, and the answer is Tatum O'Neal. Okay, next question. What was the first feature-length animated movie ever released?
Oh, wow.
Your choices are, and Chris, we're starting with
Sure.
you. Fantasia, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Steamboat Willie, Cinderella.
Steamboat Willie.
Okay, and then we will go to your left.
Kelly.
Steamboat Willie.
Pete, do you want to make it? Fantasia.
Fantasia.
Okay, nobody got it.
Nobody. It was a short.
Oh, first feature length. Maybe
Right.
that was
Oh.
Snow White and the Seven.
That came
Dwarfs.
out before Fantasia? Really?
Yes.
In Steamboat? Wow.
You know
Yes.
what? Now that I think about it, I think you're right because Fantasia had more color
Yes.
Yes.
and Snow White
Yep.
didn't. So, oh.
Right.
Okay.
For which movie did Steven Spielberg win his first Oscar for Best Director? Steven Spielberg. Was it The Post, E.T., Lincoln, or Schindler's List? Kelly, we'll start with you.
E.T.
Pete?
I think they snubbed him. I think it's Schindler's List.
E.T.
And Chris.
I don't think he won for E.T. I'm going to go Schindler's List, too.
And the answer is Schindler's
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What movie portrayed Judy Garland wearing ruby slippers?
Batman?
Everybody?
The
Wizard of Oz.
I didn't even give you the choices there. All right. This 1980 film is an authentic, compelling biography of the career and marriage of middleweight champion boxer Jake LaMotta. Is it called The Jake LaMotta Story, The Boxer, Raging Bull, or Rocky?
1980, I'd have to say Rocky.
Pete?
Oh,
Kelly?
I would say Raging.
Raging Bull.
It is Raging Bull.
Rocky was 79, was it?
Oh,
And that was Rocky Balboa.
I know.
Right, that was his story.
Where do we stand?
So
Tim?
here we are after 6. Kelly with 3, Charisse with 2, Chris with 4, and Pete with 5.
Wow.
Yay, Pete.
Okay. We have 2 questions. How many questions?
We have 4 left.
Oh, 4 left. Okay. Which movie is this quote from? Here's looking at you, kid.
Oh, boy.
Should I give the choices?
Yes, give the choice.
Okay. Breakfast at Tiffany's, Citizen Kane, Casablanca, Notorious.
Casablanca.
Okay. Chris?
Casablanca.
Casablanca.
Everybody got it. Which film won the Oscar for Best Picture in 1972? Yeah, this must be a mistake because the answers are not.
Well, if that might be a redo, so I'm going to say Godfather.
Right.
Nice work, Charisse.
That's good. Okay, I'm going to, maybe this is supposed to say 2023.
I got you.
Which film won the Oscar for Best Picture in 2023? Barbie, Oppenheimer, The Zone of Interest, Killers of the Flower Moon. Chris, we'll start with you.
Oppenheimer.
Kelly?
Oppenheimer.
Pete?
I don't think so.
That was a great
It
book,
was-
though.
what is-
I read that. That was my April book. Oppenheimer.
It is Oppenheimer. That is correct.
I was going to go with that too, though. Killer of the.
And how many do we have left?
2 left. Oppenheimer was outstanding, but here on the rewatchability scale,
No.
you can't watch it. It's 3.5 hours. It's awesome. It's nails it, but I can't watch it again.
Okay. Randall Patrick McMurphy, a wily and defiant mental hospital inmate, tries to rouse his fellow patients against a tyrannical nurse. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, The Defiant Ones, The Hospital, Crazy Like a Fox.
One
Flew
flew
over
over
the
the
cuckoo's
cuckoo's nest.
Yeah, see, I had skipped some of these because I thought they were too easy. I don't know that we're going to. I think this is the last one.
Yep.
Maria and Tony are a modern-day Romeo and Juliet.
Mm-hmm.
Their romance takes place in New York
Ah.
where racially motivated clashes between the Sharks and the Jets have tragic consequences. That movie is called The Sharks and the Jets, Maria, East Side Story, West Side Story.
West
Side
Side
Story.
Story.
You are a classic movie buff crew.
Woohoo!
Who came out as the winner?
Well, Pete and I tied at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Surprise.
But because but I again being the host, I'm not taking any prize. So
Yeah, okay.
Pete has 8, Kelly with 7, Charisse with 6. I think everybody did really good because I'll tell you,
Yeah.
some of those were not easy.
But some were easy.
Some were gimmies, but some were pretty difficult.
Rocky. Really, Charisse? Rocky.
That's okay. That's all right, Charisse, because
Okay.
Sylvester Stallone is a real human being, and he did write that, and he based it. He
wrote it?
Yeah, he
He
wrote
wrote
it,
so-
produced it, directed it. He did everything. Yeah.
Okay, here's the prize. It's a beautiful prize.
It is.
If-
Look, and who's in the back? Rocky
on the
Balboa.
back.
Absolutely. That's like that was one of the first ones that came to mind with Star Wars and Jaws.
So, Pete, this is 50 movies and why they matter. So,
Oh,
Congratulations.
we will
Pete.
leave
Very
that
nice.
for you.
So we'll take our next break. Nice job, everybody, on the quiz. And now we're getting into our third song. When we come back, we'll take our guess for what year the songs came out, because of course the fourth song will play after we finish the show. Be back in 2, folks.
Time keeps on slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping into the future. I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. I go through the revolution, feed the babies who don't have enough to eat. Shoot the children carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. Right through the revolution. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. Right through the revolution. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donuts shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Saturdays were made for polka. Tune in to the Polka Jammer Network starting at 6 a.m. and Polka Hall of Famer Billy Bellina, Breakfast at BB at 8:30.
Community Radio. 89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield. And we're back with Superintendent Spotlight. I can't believe we're in our 4th segment already. What song was that, Mrs. Dargy?
That was Fly Like an Eagle, the Steve Miller Band.
What number?
That was number 28 in this year.
I'm going to be honest, ladies. I have no real image in my brain of a year here. I've got a mishmash of ones rolled on top of another. What is the 4th song, though, that we'll hear as we go off the air?
The 4th song, which I would appreciate if anyone would sing a few lines for us, is Tonight's the Night, Rod Stewart. And
Woo-hoo.
that was number 1 in this year.
Come on, babe.
Yes,
Okay.
but I've got like 3 years. So, who wants to take the first guess? Rich Girl, Do Ron Ron, Fly Like an Eagle, and Tonight's the Night. What year were all 4 of these in the top 100 overall chart?
I'm going to say 1978.
Pete? I think that's where I'm at. 78. Charisse?
Me too. 70. I was thinking either 81, 82, but then when the Do Run Run came on,
Right.
You backed it
I
up.
backed
So
it
I'm
up.
also going 78 because I had 78, 77, and 79 all mishmash, so I have no choice but to split
Right,
the difference,
center.
right?
Yep.
Okay. Good thing there's no prize for that. The year was 1977.
So
Oh,
had 78 in there.
But good news. Tiger's Pride.
Yes, the restaurant is open tomorrow.
Open tomorrow. It is the senior buffet, which is always a showstopper. It is a European breakfast buffet.
Wow.
And let me tell you what's on the menu.
Let's hear it.
Irish stew and cauliflower leek soup are the soups. For salads, there is a garden salad, a fruit platter, and a caprese salad. The entrees, we have a crepe station, cinnamon buns. I
Wow.
want to think
Crepe
of
station.
cinnamon buns as an entree.
Right.
I do want to think about
Wow.
that. Norwegian Benedict, Irish Benedict, spinach and mushroom quiche, potato and cheddar pierogies,
Wow.
carved ham with glaze,
I was waiting for that.
bacon, sausage, home fries, and for sides we have mushrooms and onions, asparagus and garlic, ham and cheese croissants, and zimekovi plaki. So
What is Zimmick?
I have.
I was hoping you would ask.
I was going to say.
Kelly.
Yeah.
I was hoping someone would ask me that. It's Polish, Pete?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a mix.
I don't know what it is, but what I do know is it's going to taste good.
It'll be good.
And what time is it served?
The buffet will operate from 10:45 to 12:15 on May 17th at 33 Smith Avenue.
And it really is it really is the best deal in town.
Oh, Pete, thank you. I didn't mention the desserts. So as if that wasn't enough to get you there, listen to these desserts. Eclairs, tiramisu, torte, chocolate croissants, baklava, macarons, and cannoli.
Wow. Okay.
Now, I don't know if it's supposed to be I think it's macarons.
Macaroons?
No, macaroons is with the coconut. It's the
okay.
cookie with the coconut.
Yes, macaron.
But I think macarons
Is
are
the French.
and it's
It is
the
the-
two. It's the
cookie.
colored
Yes.
cookies with the cream. Okay, that's I think what is available.
Boss lady Kelly Brown may take some time off during the day to go to this breakfast.
Well, yeah.
Anything for the kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it really and again, it really is for the kids, but it really is the best deal in town
Yeah,
too.
it
You're not
really
going to find a buffet for the price that we charge anywhere
Right.
in town. So.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of gems in the city like Westfield Technical Academy, again, so is the Boys and Girls Club. So as we as we're about to wrap the show, any final thoughts about the club? What's not just what's happening now, what's happening in the future, but just overall, how are things here day to day?
Everything is going great. I mean, we have a great staff, as Charisse had mentioned earlier, in all 4 areas of the club, general membership, preschool, kids club, and hiring some new wonderful staff for summer programming. It's just been a all-around great 23-24 program year, and we're just really looking forward to partnering with the Westfield Public Schools as we have been on more adventures to come in the 24-25 school year, and encouraging families that if there's a need, we have what you need. So come and see us and let us help you out.
That's awesome, and then just thinking, how does if for our listeners, if anybody wants to come visit the club or wants to become a member of the club, what's the best way to do that?
Just come on down. Come down to the main entrance of the Boys and Girls Club, and we will direct you to where you need to be and help you along the process. Whatever your need is, don't let any obstacle come in your way. Come down and talk to us. That's what we're here for. We want to make sure that we're servicing your family's needs to the best of our ability.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
And fun fact, I don't know if it's too early to say this, but come September of 2024, it will be our 20th year of our Kids Club license program.
Wow.
Yep.
So we started off with 32 kids, and now
32, and we're now currently up to 240 and looking to expand a little more. And that's I guess, our best kept secret. Our wait list in the preschool program has grown to a point where we decided that we were going to open up a new classroom. So in fall
Wonderful.
of
Is
2024.
this breaking?
Yep.
Is this
Hot
breaking?
off the
Will be-
press?
Yep, there'll be a new preschool classroom. So those of you that are on the wait list, you should be getting a call from us. And yeah, we're really excited. And again,
Excellent.
that a lot of that thanks goes to, I keep saying it, but the Westfield Public Schools and the community grant that we are actually a part of with our partners, the YMCA as well, the Community Partner Initiative Grant, and we are so extremely grateful to you for that opportunity.
Well, and we are grateful to you, and we all have the same goal for the kids in Westfield, same goals, and we get there in different ways, and together it's a winning team.
Absolutely.
Well, everybody, again, thanks for letting us have the show here at the club. Number one, thanks for being our guests.
Yep.
Right. It's fast hour.
Yeah.
Right. We hope you guys learned a little bit about classic movies. I know I did, because when I think about classic, I automatically think of, like Susan was saying, the 30s,
Yep.
the 40s, the
Yep.
50s. But then, boom, Star Wars, Rocky, and Jaws came to mind. So it's good to know that that little piece of that little tidbit. And again, hearing all the great things going on at the club, all the great things in the collaborations and partnerships with Westfield Schools. Just from us to you, thank you very much for everything.
And right back at you.
All right. Folks, we're going off the air today with Tonight's the Night by Rod Stewart. Susan did say she was hoping everybody was going to sing a
Kelly
little bit.
She started.
Oh, she started that?
Now we
Okay.
can all sing.
All right. Pete, take her away. Folks, have a great week. We'll have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you in 1 week's time, broadcasting live again from Westfield's Technical Academy, Studio 120.
Stay away from my window. Stay away from my back door. Disconnect the telephone line. Relax, baby, and draw that blind. Kick off your shoes and sit right down. Loosen up that pretty French gown. Let me pour you a good long drink. Oh, baby, don't you hesitate, 'cause tonight's the night. It's gonna be alright, 'cause I love you, girl. Ain't nobody gonna stop us now. Come on, angel, my heart's on fire. Don't deny your man's desire. You'd be a fool to stop this tide. Spread your wings and let me come inside, 'cause tonight's the night. It's gonna be alright, 'cause I love you, girl. Ain't nobody gonna stop us now. Don't say a word, my virgin child. Just let your inhibitions run wild. The secret is about to unfold. Upstairs before the night's too old. Tonight's the night. It's gonna be alright, 'cause I love you, girl. Ain't nobody gonna stop us now.
Mon Dieu, qu'est-ce qu'il va dire, maman?